You're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
It's a sad day around Major League Baseball as the game has lost one of its transcendent stars. Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez, just 24 years old, lost his life this morning in a boating accident off the coast of Florida. A game mourns one of its own, as each stadium will have a moment of silence before each game today. The Marlins have canceled their game today against the Braves. Hello, everybody. A sad day around Major League Baseball as the Marlins' Jose Fernandez passes away this morning. And Kenny, there are very few words that can be said to put any of this into perspective.
Yeah, it's very true, Michael. Of course, Fernandez is one of the bright stars of Major League Baseball. As you said, just 24 years old. You had a feeling that in his future was going to be a Cy Young Award. He was that type of pitcher. When your opponent facing a pitcher like this, you hope he's off his game. That might give you a chance to win it. He had that type of stuff every time he hit the mound. I know the fans in Miami are certainly saddened greatly. They'll miss him. This is going to set their franchise back for a number of years. He's the type of player that you build your team around.
Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred released this statement. Today, all of baseball is shocked and saddened by the sudden passing of Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez. He was one of our game's great young stars who made a dramatic impact on and off the field since his debut in 2013. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family, the Miami Marlins organization, and all of the people he touched in his life. So Jose Fernandez, on his way to one of the great careers, loses his life today in a boating accident. Everybody here at Yes and the Yankee organization pass along our condolences to his family. Game 3 of a 4-game set here from Rogers Center in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Michael Pineda making his way to the Yankee dugout. We'll take a look at the pitching matchup in today's game, brought to you by People's United Bank NA. See what know-how can do for you. Michael Pineda will get the start for the Yankees, 6-11 with a 4.89 ERA. And for the Blue Jays, it's Marco Estrada. Estrada 9-9 with a 3.62 ERA. Well, Marco Estrada obviously pitched very well against the Seattle Mariners last time out. He carried a no-hitter into the seventh inning, and the last thing the Yankees need after being shut out 3 straight times is a pitcher who's really finding it, Kenny.
Well, he found it in his last start, but prior to that, he had lost 3 in a row, and they kind of struggled somewhat. So maybe Estrada's back on track. That's what the Blue Jays are hoping. And he's beaten the Yankees twice this year without a loss, although they did have him set up for a loss in his last start at Yankee Stadium. The Yankees were leading 6-0. Remember, the rain delay came.
Yep.
Then the Blue Jays came out on fire and scored the next 12 runs and eventually won the game against the Yankees.
Well, the Blue Jays take the field, so why don't we take a look at the Yankees starting lineup, which is presented by Lexus. Yankees will try to score a run. It's been 27 straight innings without a run. This is the lineup they send out. The left fielder is Brett Gardner. He leads off, batting second and playing center field, Jacoby Ellsbury. Gary Sanchez will catch. He'll hit third. Cleaning up the shortstop, Didi Gregorius. Mark Teixeira's at first base. He'll bat fifth. Batting sixth and DHing, Brian McCann. Chase Headley, the third baseman, will bat seventh. Batting eighth, playing right field, Mason Williams. And the second baseman is Ronald Torreyes. He will bat ninth.
And Marco Estrada is taken to the hill for the Blue Jays in the third game of this 4-game series. The series will conclude tomorrow evening here in Toronto at the Rogers Center. And we showed you the numbers. This will be his 28th start of the year, 9-9, very good ERA, 3.62, and 154 strikeouts and 164 innings. It kind of goes about striking people out in a little different way. Let's check out the pitcher scouting report, brought to you by your Tri Honda dealers. He's had some back issues this year. In fact, there's a talk of him needing off-season surgery, and maybe sooner if he can't deal with a herniated disc in his back. The .205 batting average against is the best in the American League. Very tough to hit, and primarily because of his excellent changeups, which he will throw 2, 3, maybe even 4 times in a row. It's that good.
Well, why don't we check the defense behind Estrada? And the Blue Jays defense is presented by Geico. You've got Carrera in left, Pilar in center, and Saunders over in right. In the infield, it's Donaldson, Tulowitzki, Travis, and Encarnacion. That's third to first. Behind the plate, it's Russell Martin. And on the mound, as Kenny detailed, is Marco Estrada. Well, the Blue Jays right now are the top wild card team in the American League, followed by Baltimore. Detroit is a half game out. Seattle 2.5, Houston 3, and the Yankees are 4.5 off the pace. Yankees coming at 79 and 75. The Blue Jays are 85 and 69. Leading the American League East, the Red Sox have won 10 in a row. They lead Toronto by 5.5 games. Gardner's ready. Estrada is ready. And let's do it here in Toronto. The first pitch is a strike, and we're underway. Phil Cuzzi, the home plate umpire. Todd Titchener at first. Tom Hallion, the crew chief, at second, and Dan Bellino is over at third.
Now, right away, you saw the confidence he has in his changeup. The first pitch of the game looked like a change.
The 1-1. There it is again. 1-2.
You can see the grip on the ball, the 3 fingers, the circle change. And one thing that sell a changeup, you got to throw it over the plate. You got to make it look like a strike, and then it darts down and away from the left-handed hitters. And that's how you get them to commit and swing at it.
Popped up. Tulowitzki makes the call on the catch. 1 away. Let's take a look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow Tea. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. And I'm sure the numbers back it up. 59 degrees, 67% humidity. The wind, 13 miles per hour. It's mostly sunny and cool. Here's Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury has had a very rough road trip. Most of the Yankees have. He is 4 for 31.
You know, when you look at the home plate area, the hitters are really aggressive when pitches are towards the middle of the plate. But what Estrada does, what he did to Gardner, he threw the changeup towards the middle. But then, just like that one, it sinks out of the zone. Now, when they're throwing fastballs, they want to go to the corners, or sliders, they want to go to the corners. But he will ride his fastball sometimes just out of the zone to the hitters. It makes it look good, but it's really not. Those are the balls that get popped up. He's a fly ball type pitcher. There it is.
Fly ball, shallow right center. Devin Travis makes the play for the second out.
He rides the fringes of the strike zone, threw the fastball right down the middle, but Ellsbury couldn't get on top of it. This is a pitcher you have to be very disciplined with. You got to make sure the ball's in the zone. Of course, he has a tendency to give up home runs when he gets it just a hair lower, and you can really drive it.
Here's Gary Sanchez. Sanchez was 0 for 4 yesterday. Fouled straight back here.
Now, the game that Estrada started in New York against the Yankees, Sanchez hit 2 home runs off him. The Yankees actually knocked him out of that game.
1-1. One and two. Gary, 13 for 36 on the road trip. Not too many Yankees have had a good road trip. The Yankees as a team have not had a good road trip. 1-2 pitch. Did he hold up? No, he did not. He goes around. And the Yankees go down in order 1-2-3. It's the New York Yankees nothing. And the Toronto Blue Jays coming to bat. Michael Pineda takes his turn against this Blue Jays starting lineup. Devin Travis, the second baseman, leads off. Batting second, playing third, Josh Donaldson. Edwin Encarnacion at first will hit third. Cleaning up the DH, Jose Bautista. Russell Martin will catch and bat fifth. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, Troy Tulowitzki. Michael Saunders, the right fielder, hit seventh. The number 8 hitter, center fielder, Kevin Pillar. And Ezekiel Carrera is in left field, and he's going to bat ninth.
And for the Yankees, Big Mike, Michael Pineda, 27 years old, 2-3 in his career against the Toronto Blue Jays. This year he's had 2 starts against Toronto, 1 no decision, a game the Yankees lost, and 1 game that he lost in Toronto way back on April 13th. Looking at his numbers as we go to the Tri-Honda scouting report, And for Michael Pineda, he's got an 8-game winless streak. That ties his career high. He's 5 strikeouts from 200 on the season. So he can get 5 Blue Jays to strike out today, and that's how he does it. 10.6 strikeouts per 9 innings. That's the best rate in the American League.
Travis is ready, and Pineda deals. Inside. 1-0.
And Pineda, to me, Michael, is somewhat of an enigma. When you have all these strikeouts, how can you be 6-11?
It's hard to believe, especially with a 4.89 ERA as well.
Yeah, that too.
Well, they always say you give left-handers extra chances, but righties that throw this hard, they get a longer look, even if you continue to be disappointed by them. The stuff like this just doesn't happen very often. The roof is open at Rogers Center. It was open yesterday afternoon as well. Closed on Friday night. Chopped slowly to third. Charging. Headley. One away. Why don't we check out the Yankees defense presented by Geico. In the outfield, you got Gardner, Ellsbury, and Mason Williams in right. In the infield, it's Headley, Gregorius, Torreyes, and Teixeira. That's third to first. Gary Sanchez behind the plate has been the DH the last 2 games, and Michael Pineda's on the mound.
Well, one thing, Pineda's making his 31st start, so he's had what you could call an injury-free year. He's been able to answer the bell.
Pitch 2, Donaldson is a strike. Donaldson 102 walks to go along with his .285 batting average, 36 homers and 96 runs batted in, an OPS of .955. 2-1. This 2-3-4 in the Blue Jays order is just a bear to navigate. Donaldson, Encarnacion, and Bautista, and Tyler Clippard found that out in the 8th inning yesterday. A 3-run home run by Bautista, the difference in the game.
It was after he picked up the first 2 outs of the inning.
Let's take a look at the cold hard facts. They're brought to you by Clean, Crisp Coors Light. Last 2 seasons, the 3 we're talking about against the Yankees. Now, Encarnacion has the highest batting average, but they've all done damage. 3-2 now on Donaldson.
2 of those 3, Donaldson's not the one, but can become free agents at the end of the year. We talked about this yesterday. And Bautista, you're looking at now, is the 2nd leading home run hitter in Blue Jays history, and Encarnacion is 3rd. So they're looking at the potentially a big gap in their power supply.
Driven to right field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Mason Williams fields the carom. He'll fire in, but Donaldson has himself a double.
Well, Donaldson usually looks to pull the ball, but this time he got something out over the plate. Fastball. He was a little late, but still hit it well. This is his 31st double of the year. Rattles around in the corner. I thought Williams might have a play initially, but he bobbled the ball somewhat as he plays the carom. Looks like he had a little double clutch. Yep, and couldn't get it back in quickly enough. And Donaldson's in with the 2-base hit.
Here's Encarnacion. There's a strike.
I guess when you mention who's 2nd and 3rd in Blue Jays history in home runs, you should mention who's number 1, Carlos Delgado.
Blocked by Sanchez. One. Got the fastball by him, 1-2.
Encarnacion having the type of year that every potential free agent would like to have. 42 homers, 124 runs batted in. 124 is a career high, 42 ties his career high. Recall way back in spring training, he didn't get much of spring training because he had some injuries to deal with. Maybe spring training's overrated.
2-2.
Certainly when you get to that last week or 10 days, you think it is.
Donaldson leads off second. 2-2 count on Encarnacion. One man out, bottom of the first inning. Strike three. Encarnacion down looking.
Well, usually Pineda will drop the slider over the outside corner. This is a front door slider. And Gary Sanchez really helped him out nicely there. Watch him bring the glove back over towards the plate and gets the call from Phil Cuzzy. And Encarnacion going to raise the hands up. He thinks it's inside, but Cuzzy rings him up. First strikeout for Pineda. 4 to go to 200.
Here's Jose Bautista. One and oh.
We were showing the numbers of what these guys have done in their career against the Yankees, but yesterday's home run by Bautista was his first home run against the Yankees this year.
Bautista still using Kevin Pillar's bat. That's the bat he hit the home run with in the 8th inning yesterday. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Here's what Michael's talking about. A borrowed bat. And there's the ball game. And now it's his.
One-two, just missed.
This is an interesting at bat in the sense that Pineda is one of the pitchers in the league that gets hitters to chase pitches out of the strike zone quite often. And Bautista is one of the hitters in the league that his swings are among the fewest that chase pitches out of strikes. Only 20% of his swings are on pitches that are not strikes.
Wouldn't chase that. Count 3-2.
And only one reason that Bautista's not among the league leaders in base on balls this year is because he's missed so many games with injuries, 42 games. He still has a pretty good walk rate.
Three-two. He walked him. So 2 on, 2 outs, and that brings up Russell Mourning. '20 home runs, 73 runs batted in. Donaldson's at second. Bautista is at first. Bottom of the first inning, Pineda on the mound. Fly ball right field. Mason Williams puts it away, and that will do it. No runs to hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We go to the second, 0-0 right here on Yes. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Honda. Great deals are waiting at your Honda dealer. By PlayStation View, live TV, no annual contract, and no surprise fees. And by Bank of America, life's better when we're connected. Didi Gregorius leads off the second inning, and he takes the first pitch outside. So a 1-2-3 inning for Estrada, and Pineda certainly labored a bit in that first inning, but got the final out on a fly ball to right. 1-0.
Well, Michael, we have documented the Yankees' failure to score. Was it 28 straight innings now? They haven't scored a run. And we were talking about this before the game. In this division, American League East, you've got to be able to score. Look at the ballparks you play in. They're kind of hitter friendly.
Another pop-up. Donaldson makes the play.
The teams that play Fenway Park's a hitting park. Camden Yards certainly a hitting park. Yankee Stadium, if you look at right field, that's a hitting ballpark. Here in Toronto, same thing. You don't have to deal with the elements here when the roof is closed, and it's always kind of perfect, no wind. And even Tropicana Field, I think it's a decent hitting ballpark. Some hitters don't like hitting indoors. Feel it's dark in there, but I just feel you're going to have to put runs on the board to have any success in the American League East.
And we could talk about the last 3 games where they've been shut out. First time since 1975. Fly ball right field on a broken bat. That's going to dunk in for a base hit, and it's going to bounce up against the wall as Teixeira gets himself a double. Broken bat double.
There's a changeup off the end of the bat, but hit down the line and away from Saunders, and eventually going to fall in, bounce on the turf, take a big hop, and Teixeira's on his way to second base. as he starts the last week of his career.
I was just mentioning, Kenny, that offense has been a problem for the Yankees all year.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a stretch in August when they were clicking and Gary Sanchez kind of ignited the team, but getting hits with runners in scoring position just hasn't happened at enough of a clip this year. And pitching has been decent, but the offense has been a problem all season. Here's Brian McCann.
How do you think the Red Sox went from worst to first? They're the highest scoring team in baseball. They're certainly the American League. Runs can cover up a lot of problems. If your pitcher doesn't have a good night, but your hitters are on, you can win a game 8-5 or 8-6. You have a bad defensive night, you make 2 or 3 errors, you score enough runs, you can still win the game.
Count 3-0 on McCann. Let's see if they green light him. Taking all the way, there's a strike.
Yes, Estrada's fastball that very rarely touches 90, but his changeup is in the mid 70s. So there is that speed discrepancy there that makes both pitches pretty effective.
Swing and a miss.
That's his best fastball, 88.
And it plays faster because of the changeup.
Yeah, and like I said, he usually rides it fairly high in the zone. It helps his changeup, which is down. So it's up, down, as opposed to side to side.
3-2. And he walks McCann. So first and second. And that'll bring up Chase Headley. Headley did not play in yesterday's game, and Joe didn't ask him before the game whether or not the back was bothering him, but he just said he felt that Headley didn't look right. But he's back in the lineup today. Way in front of the change. Now Joe was going to play Donovan Solano today, but elected not to after the news of Jose Fernandez's death. Solano was close with the Marlins pitcher, had been teammates on the Marlins, so he did not want him to play, although Solano said he was okay to go. Meredith Marakovitz has more on Solano.
Michael, when he spoke in the clubhouse earlier today, it looked as though he was still in shock, just saying, I'm so sad and I'm so sorry for the family. I can't stop thinking about his mom, his grandmother, and the rest of the family. He said what he's going to remember most about Fernandez is the fact that he was a nice person who was always willing to help you and anyone out. But aside from that, he also really pushed you in the clubhouse. He made everyone there a better person, and he was a real leader in that Marlins clubhouse.
So a base hit for Headley. Teixeira has to stop at third. And the Yankees have the bases loaded with 1 out. And Mason Williams coming up.
Ball not particularly well struck by Headley, but well placed just over short in front of left fielder Carrera. And the Yankees have a major threat going here in the second inning.
So can the Yankees finally break through? They're all set up for it. Bases loaded, 1 out. Williams 7 for 18 on this road trip. Swing and a miss. Missed outside, 1-1. Williams has opened some eyes. Obviously, the injuries have slowed down his ascension to the big leagues, but he's fast, pretty good defender, gets the bat on the ball, plays hard. It's just tough to find a spot to put him because you have two left-handed hitting outfielders of similar skill sets. 1-2. Swing and a miss. On the changeup, 2 away.
As we said, his changeup one of the best in the league. It's going to look really good until about right there. It fades down and away. Look at it on Yes Mo. Looks even slower. Brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer.
And the number 9 batter, Ronald Torreyes. Foul bat.
It's the same pattern he used on Williams. Jumped ahead with the fastball and then started in with the changeups. Let's see if he follows that pattern to Torreyes. Curveball.
Dropped it right in there for a strike.
One of the few curveballs we've seen early on. This one drops out of the sky, right in there for a call strike.
That's a 12-6er.
Yeah, it was.
Nose to toes. Crowd looking for a strikeout. Checks the swing. Did he go? Nope.
That was Todd Tishner, the first base umpire, said no swing. About 40,000 umpires here in the stands thought he did go around. You got to agree with the first base umpire. The appeal you saw by Martin. Denied.
Bases loaded. Top of the second. 2 outs, 1-2 count on Ronald Torreyes. And the pitch. Popped up. Donaldson makes the play. And the Yankees waste another opportunity as they leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the second. By Mazda Driving Matters. This is the wild card standings as we enter today. Blue Jays and the Orioles have the first and second spots. The Tigers are a half game back, and the Tigers are losing to the Royals already. Mariners, Astros, and Yankees after that. Troy Tulowitzki takes a strike from Michael Pineda as we start the bottom of the second.
Kind of a neat chant they have here at the Rogers Center when Tulowitzki hits. The Tulo chant.
Foul back. One, two.
That must have been a little too low.
See what you did. Cal Ripken Jr. working the camera.
Wow. He's always a little well-rounded. You know, back in the day, he could do it all. And he is here as part of the TBS broadcast. But I didn't know he was that part of the telecast.
Grounded to short.
Yeah, it's interesting. Tulowitzki has 7 seasons in which he's hit 20 home runs. That's among the best for a shortstop. The record holder was the guy on the camera. Cal Ripken had 12 seasons where he hit at least 20. And that's the most ever by a shortstop.
Saunders swings and misses. And the count is 1-2. That goes one way into the Yankee dugout. The ball goes the other way over the Blue Jay dugout.
And only one's going to become a souvenir.
I believe that bat boy might be the only bat boy in the big leagues with a full beard.
I was thinking the same thing.
That would make him Batman, I guess. I mean, he's got a, first of all, a Yankee's not allowed to have a beard, so they should have him shave it. How old could that kid be with a full beard? 2-2. 3-2. Swing and a miss, got him. Saunders down on strikes, 2 away.
Second strikeout for Michael Pineda. Looked like he took a little off. This is more like a curveball than it was a slider, but whatever it was, he got the job done. See the grip, watch the snap of the wrist, see the spin of the ball, and the swing and a miss.
Here's Pilar, and a strike. Did he go? No, he did not.
Well, that particular pitch might set up the slider down and away. That was almost got him to commit. Fastball up. They want it just over the hands. Well, I realized he wasn't going to hit it. Holds up.
And the 1-2 outside. Swing and a miss. Strong inning for Pineda, and as he retires, the Blue Jays are in order. 1-2-3. We go to the third inning. 0-0 here on Yes.
Afternoon's injury report brought to you by Montefiore, doing more in state-of-the-art healthcare. Starlin Castro has been out with a strained right hamstring, has not been seen in a major league game since September 17th. But guys, he is making progress. Yesterday he took batting practice on the field for the first time, and Joe Girardi said today that he could potentially be available off the bench. They still want to make sure that he's going to be okay coming out of the batter's box, but there are definite signs of progress there. And as we know, Masahiro Tanaka was supposed to get the start tomorrow. However, that is no longer the case. He's been shut down for a while with that strain. However, Joe Girardi was asked earlier today who will get the start tomorrow, and he said we have some ideas, but we're going to wait and see what happens in today's game. Guys, not willing to share those ideas with the media.
And I guess what it comes down to is who they use today out of the bullpen. But
And
wouldn't you say that the most likely would be Severino?
I would think Severino or maybe even Adam Warren, depending on what happens today. But I wouldn't see many other options out there. But I think Joe Girardi, afraid to commit to something and then have a long game today or an extra inning game today and then change his mind tomorrow. So keeping it a little tight to the vest here as far as tomorrow's starter.
Fly ball, center field. Pilar is there. I mean, Joe certainly has his reasons for everything, but it's kind of baffling the air of secrecy around it. I mean, you could say we're going to plan on starting Adam Warren, but if he has to be used today, we'll have to come up with another plan. But instead, they rather not say anything, and that's just the way they're playing it. Here's Jacoby Ellsbury. One and 0. Another fly ball. Kenny said there'll be a lot of them today. Carrera is there, 2 away. And here's Gary Sanchez, struck out in the first inning.
all right, Michael, there hasn't been a ground ball out yet.
Six fly balls and 2 strikeouts. And a breaking ball strike to Sanchez. Two breaking balls in a row, 1-1. It's like another sellout here at Rogers Center. They just had a video on the board in center field thanking the fans for attendance over 3 million this year. This is a franchise that before the strike had 4 million a year. Every single game of the 81, 50,000 was a sellout. So that put them over 4 million. The 1-2. Here's your first ground ball, gobbled up by Tulowitzki. And the Yankees go down in order, 1-2-3. 30 straight innings without scoring a run. It really is hard to digest. Celebrate the 55th anniversary of Roger Maris's American League record-setting season this Saturday, October 1st, and get one of the hottest collectibles of the season. It's Roger Maris Bobblehead Day, the final one in the 2016 collectible series presented by AT&T for the first 18,000 guests in attendance. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. Ezekiel Carrera takes upstairs from Michael Pineda as we start the bottom of the third. 0-0. In case you were wondering, and the Yankees certainly don't want to even make this close to a reality, the major league record for most games shut out in a row is 4. Yankees are at 3. 4 has been done 13 times in Major League history, most recently in 1992. And in an era of baseball where there's a lot of offense and the balls fly out, to not score in 30 straight innings is hard to comprehend. So getting shut out in 4 straight games would most likely be 36 innings unless it's extra innings.
One thing that got working for him today is Estrada does give up home runs. You know, if he's going to try and ride upstairs at the fastball, every once in a while he's not going to get it where he wants to. Like this pitch, but Pineda drops a nice slider in there for a strike.
And that's going to bring up Devin Travis, and it will lead us to the G. Peter Scouting Report.
Well, first of all, he's having a pretty good comeback season. He's missed all of last year, and he missed the first 47 games of this year because of shoulder surgery, rehabbing it. 79 hits since the All-Star break. That leads the Blue Jays, and since the All-Star break, he's hitting .413 with runners in scoring position. That's second in the American League to Jose Altuve. So he's had a nice comeback. When he first came back, John Gibbons had Travis batting in the 9th spot. Now he's become the leadoff hitter every single day.
One and two. And he goes down on strikes, and Gary Sanchez thought it was the 3rd out as he heads to the dugout, and that is the 200th strikeout of the year for Michael Pineda.
That's a nice round number. Wow, that's what a break on that breaking ball. Travis with no chance.
And Pineda's going to Sanchez. Where are you going? So Sanchez had lost track of the outs. They also threw that ball into the dugout, knowing it was his 200th strikeout of the season. And here's Donaldson.
And now, of course, that is a career high for Pineda. He passed that quite a while back, but 200, that's a nice round number.
Well, the thing that Sanchez can hang his hat on this year, he's had shoulder surgery, he's had injuries, and for him to take the ball every 5 days and remain healthy, that's a good thing for him. And the ring up 200 strikeouts also a good thing. So there's Steve Donahue marking up strikeout number 200 for Pineda. Obviously, I was talking about Pineda, not Sanchez. And the 1-2. 2-2.
It makes you wonder how Nolan Ryan struck out over 380 one year.
he stayed in games a lot longer.
Well, yeah, he did. And I think the game in which he set the record, he went 12 innings to do it.
Swing and a miss. The ball goes halfway between the pitcher's mound and second base. The bat goes. The ball goes into the glove of Sanchez. Pineda strikes out in the side. 5 strikeouts in a row. We go to the 4th. Tires that deliver superior performance in clutch situations. Goodyear, more driven. Gregorius leads off the 4th inning and takes low, 1-0. Didi popped up the 3rd in the 2nd. It's a high fly ball, center field. Pilar makes the play. There's Sidney Crosby and Team Canada sitting in one of the luxury boxes here at Rogers Center enjoying the game. They beat Russia last night in hockey's World Cup. There's a strike to Teixeira. So that put them in the finals, and it begins Tuesday, best of 3. Right down the block at the Air Canada Center. Foul away. And the 0-2. 1-2. Shift is on. 3 infielders on the right side. Ground ball, short right field. Travis is there. 2 outs. This alert is brought to you by Bank of America. And that alert shows you that the Yankees are 1-7 here at Rogers Center this season. They've lost 7 straight, and they've been shut out in 3 straight. Brian McCann drives one to left field, going back. Ezekiel Carrera, he makes the play. And Estrada has retired 8 in a row. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. 0-0 on the Audi scoreboard. Yes, is brought to you in part by Hyundai. The latest lineup of cars and SUVs you'll find at your local Hyundai dealer aren't just new, they're better. And by People's United Bank NA, where mobile cash management keeps your business in hand. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning at Rogers Center. The roof is open, and it's 0-0 as Edwin Encarnacion leads off. And there's a strike. Pineda struck out 5 in a row. The final 2 in the 2nd inning, and he struck out the side in the 3rd.
So far, Big Mike's slider has been as good as it's been all year. Very sharp, got more of a downward tilt to it.
The last time Pineda started was at Tampa Bay on September 20th. Remember, he went 5 1/3. He struck out 11 and walked just 1. Gave up 5 hits and 2 runs. Yankees won that game 5-3. This is the 5th full count for Pineda. And the 3-2. Grounded to short. One away. Speaking of strikeouts for Pineda, why don't we take a look at the Honda League leaders. American League leaders in strikeouts. Justin Verlander, what a bounce back year for him. 234. Then Chris Archer, he of 19 losses, 228. Then Kluber, Price, Sale, and Pineda. So 1 down, and that brings up Bautista, who walked in the 1st inning. Pineda has thrown 8 of 12 first pitch strikes. And there's ball 1.
Bautista had a couple of hits yesterday, double and the game-winning homer. And he's been on somewhat of a streak. He's reached safely in 31 consecutive games. It goes along with his good batting eye. Doesn't chase many pitches out of the zone. And he's not afraid to let the umpire know if he thought it was a ball. And pitch is called a strike. A borderline pitch that goes against him.
Deep to left field. Gardner back. Turning. Looking. See ya. Bautista with a solo shot. And the Jays lead 1-0.
Two days in a row. He ended yesterday's game, or gave the Blue Jays the lead they wouldn't give up late in the ball game. And he gets things started here in the 4th inning. Pineda was rolling along. The last man to reach base was Bautista with a walk in the 1st. There's a fastball in. He's looking to pull the ball, and he knows it. Yesterday's was more of a line drive. This is more of a high fly ball homer.
Blue Jays are 60-28 when they score first. And the first pitch to Martin is inside. So he is enjoying using Kevin Pillar's bat. 1-1 on Martin. Martin came up with runners on first and second, 2 outs in the 1st inning, and hit a fly ball to Mason Williams in right to end the inning.
It goes to show you, Pineda been very sharp today, but all it takes is one mistake to some of these Blue Jay hitters, including Bautista. They had several of them fall in that category. Donaldson, Encarnacion, Bautista, Russell Martin, Tulowitzki. Blue Jays have 6 players on their team with 20 or more home runs.
And Martin down on strikes. 7th strikeout for Michael Pineda. And here's Tulowitzki.
Must have gotten a piece of Phil Cousin, home plate umpire. Sanchez with the courtesy of walking the ball out to Pineda, give Cousin a little bit of time to recover. Seems to be okay. He's smiling. We've seen some umpires leave ball games lately.
Yep.
After getting hit with foul balls.
Oh, and 2 on Tulowitzki. Fouled away.
Tulowitzki had a big game the first game of the series. Drove in 4 runs, a couple of bases loaded singles. He's had 4 games this year where he's had 4 or more RBIs.
Did he go? No, he did not. One nothing Blue Jays. Bottom of the 4th inning. Home run by Bautista. A 1-2. Up the middle. Right there, Torres. And that'll do it. But the Blue Jays take the lead using a Kevin Pillar bat. He goes yard. His 21st home run of the year. It's 1-0 Blue Jays. Tigers with a tough loss yesterday to the Royals as well. Thank you, Bob. We start the 5th here. It's 1-0 Toronto, as the Cadillac scoreboard shows you 1-2-0 for Toronto, 0-2-0 for the Yankees. Chase Headley took a strike from Estrada.
You mentioned a tough loss yesterday, but didn't K-Rod have Kansas City down to their last strike? And they rallied and won.
They scored 5 runs in the 9th.
Yeah.
The 0-2 tipped into the glove of Martin, a strikeout of Headley. There's Mason Williams. He struck out in the 2nd inning. He's had a chance to score. Bases loaded. 1 man out, but Williams struck out and Torres popped to Donaldson. Two and 0. There's a strike on the outside. 2-1. So Williams is 7 for 19 on this road trip. You know, we've talked a lot about something that Brian Cashman said earlier in the 2nd half of the season. You know, the Yankees have to declare themselves, and it was never really a homestand or a road trip where they definitively declared themselves. Strike 3. Williams down looking, and we'll go back to Bob Lorenz for another update. Thank you, Bob. 2 away. Here's Ronald Torreyes. And he fouls one back. And, we're talking about declaring yourself. And it really took until the last road trip of the year where the Yankees have declared themselves, and it wasn't a good declaration. They got swept by the Red Sox. They did win 2 out of 3 against the Rays, but they've lost the first 2 here against the Jays. And this 12-day, 3-city, 11-game road trip might be the final undoing of the New York Yankees, because they made it very tough on themselves by not being able to score.
Yeah, they made it tough on themselves early in the season, going 9-17. Yep. And they've also made it tough on themselves not playing well within their division.
And Torreyes completes another 1-2-3 inning as Marco Estrada has retired 11 in a row. We're halfway through after 4.5. It's 1-0 Jays. Watch the drive to the pennant with MLB.TV Premium. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on more than 400 supported devices and enjoy a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV today. 5 more shutout innings of the New York Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 5th on the Cadillac scoreboard, 1-0 Toronto. And Michael Saunders takes Lowen away, 1-0. And the pitch.
We are not quite to the Saunders portion of the game. He's been particularly effective late in ball games this year. 10 home runs from the 7th inning on. 10 of his 24.
Two and one. Struck out in the 2nd inning. It was the bottom 3rd of the order. 7, 8, and 9 against Pineda. Pineda with 78 pitches. The shift is on for Saunders, the 2-1. Hits it the other way, foul. And with 2 strikes, Chase Headley will go over to the right side because the threat of a bunt is gone. If you can bunt, they want the 3rd baseman there because he's used to charging for bunts. 2-2. Up the middle, right there is Headley, and he will make the play. So the shift works. 1 away.
This is a rocket. Looked like it went right through the legs of Pineda, and a good play by Headley. He had to retreat somewhat and then throw off balance and made the play.
Pilar rounds one to Headley from his more conventional position, 2 away.
Headley's had a good year defensively. Last year, what, he made 23 errors? He's nowhere near that total this year. Made just 10. Cut it in half. Yeah, he's been good going both to his right, to his left, and now he's playing in close because Carrera is a threat to bunt.
Popped up, shallow left. Right there is Didi, and a 1-2-3 inning for Pineda against the Blue Jays. And we go to the 6th. It's 1-0 Toronto. Time for the greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Red Sox lead the American League East by 5.5 games over Toronto. The Indians lead the Central 7 games over Detroit. Rangers have already clinched the AL West, and the wild card picture has the Blue Jays first and the Orioles second. Brett Gardner leads off against Estrada. Told you the Yankees have been shut out the last 3 games. They've been shut out these first 5 innings. And the major league record for consecutive games without scoring a run is 4. Been done 13 times, and the last time was in 1992 when the Cubs did it. Strangely, on that Cub team, Kenny, was one Joe Girardi.
I don't think he'd want to answer too many questions about that Cub team or what's going on right now.
No, he can't be too pleased. Here's Jacoby Ellsbury.
The Yankees have 2 hits today, both coming in the second inning when they had their best opportunity to score.
Kenny, you mentioned the slow start the team had.
Yeah.
And obviously they made great strides, especially after Sanchez came up. They had that 7-game winning streak. They pulled to within realistic distance of the second wild card. And I just wonder if they grinded the gears so hard, Kenny, that they finally just ran out of gas.
You know, that's a possibility, because how many times, I think the number was 15 times they reached 500 and fell back again before they finally got over for good. It might have been a little bit more than that. But you're right. You can't do anything until you get to 500. And they had to fight so hard all season long just to get there at 500. And you're right. Just playing hard every day, and eventually the grind comes, and you play teams that are just playing better than you. The Red Sox in particular. That first game in Boston, that Thursday night game that they lost, that was a crusher.
Popped up. You know, Joe was asked about that yesterday, and he refused to lend credence to it, that really turned the season. He said no. He said because we led the day after, and we led the day after that, and we led the day after that. But you know, taking a lead and winning a game is a completely different thing. And I think that blowing that game with the 3-run home run by Hanley Ramirez, I think it made the team think too much about what if we get a lead the next time.
It puts that seed in your mind of, can we hold it?
And they were leading 5-1 in that game going into the 8th, as Adam Warren gave up a home run to David Ortiz. And then we all know what transpired in the 9th. He's trying to stay away from the closer. Dellin Betances finally brought him in, and
he didn't have it.
He didn't have it.
Right from the beginning.
0-2 on Sanchez.
It's one of the best swings the Yankees had this afternoon against Estrada, who's kept them off balance with the high riding fastball, change up down in the zone, and occasionally a curveball. That one wasn't quite where he wanted. It was just a little bit lower than where he likes to throw the fastball around the letters. And it looks better after he wants this one upstairs.
Missed inside.
That wasn't that bad a pitch to be called a ball. Some bees flying around the ballpark today. There he is.
There's one right in my face now.
It's the same sort of thing you see when R.A. Dickey's pitching. It's just buzzing around. Yeah, see him, Mike. Look out.
And the 1-2. Fouled right back here and under our booth. And the 1-2. Grounded up the middle. Travis makes the play, fires the first, just got him. The backhanded scoop by Encarnacion, and I'm sure the Yankees will take a look. So the Blue Jays staying on the field until the Yankees decide whether or not that this was the right call. And it looks like it was.
Yep.
Very, very close, but Travis made the play. The Yankees are not challenging, and Estrada has now retired 14 in a row. We go to the bottom of the 6th. WB Mason presents the Joe Girardi Show on Yes as the Yankee skipper sits down with Meredith Maragovich to set up the final week of the regular season. Plus, Joe gives you his top plays of the week. That's today after the postgame only on Yes. 14 straight Yankees retired by Marco Estrada. And Pineda's doing a pretty good job. One mistake, and that was hit out by Jose Bautista with one out in the fourth inning, and that's the score right now. 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the sixth.
Now Pineda's having some problems with the insects. Not quite the midges, but back in the day in Cleveland.
Joe Torre always said that was one of his great regrets of his Yankee tenure, not taking the team off the field when the midges were essentially attacking Jabba Chamberlain. 1-1 on Travis.
Yeah, that video is quite disconcerting for somebody who's trying to pitch a Major League Baseball game.
Yep. .86 pitches for Michael Pineda and a 3-1 count on the leadoff batter, Devin Travis. And he walks Travis to start off the sixth.
Only the second walk to go along with the 7 strikeouts. But this kind of opened his door to a little bit of trouble here with these next 4 or 5 hitters. About the Jays, though, although they're a very good hitting team, they don't have that big time left-handed power hitter. All their power is on the right-hand side of the plate.
Donaldson shows bunt and takes a strike.
Now Michael Saunders is one of the players that has 20 or more home runs with 24, but this is his first year reaching 20 home runs. He's not somebody I would put in the category with Donaldson or Encarnacion or Bautista or even Russell Martin.
And they turn 2. There's one on the first. It's a double play.
Nice turn by Torres in the middle. Got rid of the ball quickly. The ball wasn't hit all that hard. Didi gives him a nice feed, and Torres, ball barely touches his glove before it's on its way to first base. You know, this is slowed down. He got rid of it quickly and with something on it. Torres is, to me, he's worth his weight in gold on defense, because he can do the job at second, short, and third. Nice step away from the bag as he's throwing the ball to get this double play turned. Second baseman has to be very acrobatic and creative to turn double plays.
Well, today's pitch count brought to you by Acura, and Pineda is at 90. He had 23 in the first, but economical in all the other innings. Popped up, shallow right. Williams on the run, cannot make the play. He was playing very deep for Encarnacion and couldn't get there on the short pop-up. So a base hit for Encarnacion.
Pineda made a good pitch. Soft contact, but too soft. Fights it off, and it's going to drop it in for a base. And also, Williams is playing a little bit towards right center for Encarnacion.
So here's the offense in the game. Jose Bautista with the home run in the fourth inning. He's up with a runner on first and 2 outs. And a strike. Adam Warren up in the Yankee bullpen. That's blocked by Sanchez. He gets behind him. And Encarnacion goes to second on the wild pitch.
In the dirt off the heel of the glove, Sanchez looks like he doesn't know where it is. He turns around, it bounces on the turf. Encarnacion now moves into scoring position. As good as slider as Pineda's had today, that can be a byproduct.
It's so funny seeing Sanchez talk to Pineda because Pineda keeps pushing, okay, thanks, and Sanchez won't leave. 3 times in that trip, and it happens a lot. Sanchez wants to say something, and Pineda goes, okay, I got you, and Sanchez does not depart because he wants to get his full message to his pitcher.
This is what Michael's talking about. Okay, I got you. It's almost like that dinner guest that won't leave your house. You ready?
Okay, thanks. No, not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, not yet. Nope. 3. Take it easy. Count 1 and 2. And you usually do not see a rookie talk like that to a guy who's got years in the big leagues, but Sanchez takes control of the staff. One, 2. Just missed. Pineda wanted it. Sanchez held it there, but Phil Cuzzy said no.
Here's another look. They look pretty darn good.
Definitely at the plate. That was a missed call.
Yeah. Those are the sort of things that change counts in the hitter's favor. Well,
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. And the pitch. Off the glove of Sanchez. And that'll go to third. We've seen that happen to Gary a couple of times. I don't know if it was a cross-up, but off his glove into the backstop.
Yeah, we're about to have another conversation here. Yep. They're calling that a pass ball. But that was definitely a cross-up. He was looking for the slider down the way, got the fastball upstairs. You know, I think one reason why Sanchez wouldn't leave, I think he's been schooled as far as the way Pineda's year's gone. When he gets to 2 outs, sometimes it's hard for him to get out of an inning. So maybe make sure that everything is exactly where you want it to be. Make him, concentrate, get out of the inning with 2 down. This has all started after the walk and the double play. Now he's got a runner on third.
3-2. And he misses. Bautista walks.
A bloop single, a wild pitch, a pass ball, and a walk, and it looks like that's going to be it.
Well, Joe signals. He makes the Verizon call to the bullpen. So Pineda is done. Adam Warren will come in to face Russell Martin. to you by Fios. Fios is not cable. We're wired differently. Visit getfios.com. Well, Adam Warren has come on in relief, so he's not starting. The Yankee starter is to be determined. And Jay Happ, with 20 wins, is going to go for Toronto. 20-4, 3.28. Our coverage begins at 6 p.m. right here on Yes. So on a very special Monday in our country, the Yankees will have the debate who's going to start their game.
Well, we know who's going to start the debate.
That is not to be determined. So Pineda goes 5 2/3. The runners on base, first and third. Those are his responsibility. And now Adam Warren will come in to face Russell Martin. With the Yankees, this is his 25th game, pitching through a 3.51 ERA. Russell Martin 0 for 2 against Pineda. A fly ball right and a strikeout.
You know, Michael, we've seen Pineda recently come out of games where he's kind of disappointed that Joe Girardi's come and taken him out. But I think Joe goes by way what has happened during the course of the year with Pineda, and sometimes with 2 outs, that he has a hard time closing out innings. So I think Pineda coming out, his pitch count wasn't all that bad. But I think Girardi has seen this in the past, and that's why he went to Adam Warren in this situation.
And Warren has done the job. A ground ball to Torreyes, and that will do it. So, no runs to hit, 2 walks, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We're going to the 7th, 1-0 Blue Jays. With a new head coach, promising new young players, and a whole new culture. Don't miss the excitement of the Nets on Yes, returning Thursday, October 6th, with the Nets' first preseason game against the Detroit Pistons, only on Yes. Gregorius leads off, and he swings at the first pitch and lines it foul into the seats. A crowd of 47,821 on this Sunday afternoon at Rogers Center. And the home attendance this year at 3,210,271. And they still have 4 games to go. You saw this GMC scoreboard, 1-0. Blue Jays over the Yanks. High fly ball, right field. Going back, Saunders on the track at the wall. See ya! And the Yankees finally score. That's the first run since Wednesday. They had gone 33 straight innings without a run, and Didi hits one out to tie the game at 1.
Now let's see where Estrada got this pitch. Remember I said that he likes to ride the fastball high in the zone. Boy, that was up there, and Didi got up there on top of it. Estrada's in the past has led the league in giving up homers.
The sheriff fouls it back.
Hey, Didi went up on the top limb to get that one. And Estrada kind of knew it. He's given him up before. It had the sound, and now it's a tie game.
In his last start against Seattle, he took a no-hitter into the 7th, and that was broken up by Robinson Cano. One, two.
And up to this point, Didi's home run, the Yankees have gone 1, 2, 3 in every inning except for the second.
Well, Didi's home run had broken the string of 14 straight Yankees retired.
19 home runs for Didi Gregorius.
68 ribbies. As Teixeira swings and misses on the change. One away.
Estrada has such confidence in the changeup. Throw at any count, even 3 and 2.
Here's Brian McCann. And a strike. That home run certainly quieted this sellout crowd. Kind of unplugged the sound. One. 2-1.
That takes Michael Pineda off the hook, but he's not going to get a win today, and he'll set a career high for winless starts, consecutive winless starts at 9 in a row now.
Ripped to right field. It's a base hit for Brian McCann. So McCann jumped on the 3-1 pitch and lined it to right. He gets a single, and that brings up Headley.
You might see some movement in the Blue Jays bullpen here. They're starting to stir. Yep, there's the bullpen catcher getting ready. Somebody's going to start throwing.
And McCann quickly taken out of the game as the Yankees send in Eric Young Jr. to pinch run.
Looks like Brett Cecil, veteran left-hander.
So let's see if Young goes quickly. What we've seen from both Gardner and Ellsbury this year is a reluctance to go early in the count. They really want to read a pitcher.
You know what? It might help Eric Young if he's thinking about stealing, because Estrada throws so many changeups.
And it might help Headley because maybe he'll stay away from the changeup to try to get the runner.
It's Eric Young Jr.'s father, Eric Young Sr. Successful major leaguer for years and stole a lot of bases.
There he goes. Pitch is high. Throw to second. It's a stolen base for Young. So he comes in the pinch run and promptly does his job.
Yeah, first stolen base is a Yankee. Throws a little high, and Tulowitzki can't get the glove down quickly enough. Oh, good look at it here. You see the left foot hit the bag well before the tag. Martin a little off balance with the throw. It sailed on him a bit. I don't think he would have gotten him anyway.
Now, if Young wants to take off for third, it'd be interesting because Donaldson is way off the line at third, and Martin would have to hit Donaldson on the run, who would then have to apply a tag on Young on the run.
Yeah, moving target. Donaldson, you see him looking to his left just to see where Young is prior to the pitch. Tulowitzki trying to stay close and make Young aware of his presence as well. All the great base stealers, they get to second base. Some of them feel that stealing third is easier than second. Oh, good swing. Just not quite on top of it.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Upstairs and off speed. And Headley way out in front.
Just couldn't get on top of it. I said that Strada likes to ride him up high. He paid the price earlier this inning and a high pitch hit out of the park, but Headley couldn't get that one. 6 strikeouts now for Strada.
Here's the youngster, Mason Williams. Runner at second now, 2 outs. He makes a living on that high pitch.
Yeah, he does. And the thing about it, it's only like 88, 89 miles an hour. I don't think we've seen a 90-mile-an-hour pitch today.
He
really sells it. Great arm action. Makes it look like the fastball. Sometimes, though, when a pitcher comes through, as you look at the grip, you can see the fingers on the ball. You see a little irregularity when you're hitting, and that'll tell you that that's an off-speed pitch. But you really have to be able to watch the ball come out of his hands.
Foul back. Still 1-2. One game. Top of the 7th. Eric Young Jr. at second. 2 men out. Mason Williams at the plate. And the 1-2. Missed.
And Mason Williams this afternoon, he's done with the changeups and the fastball in, sometimes off the plate.
Two. 3-2. Just the second full count for Marco Estrada. Yankees have 4 hits. Blue Jays have 3. Each team with a run, each team with a home run. Bautista in the 4th. Didi here in the 7th. And a walk to Mason Williams. So Cecil's up if it gets to Gardner, and they will leave Estrada out there to try and get Torreyes. Torreyes loves to jump on the first pitch.
Pretty good speed on the bases. The outfielders are up close. We saw Torreyes hit a triple here the other day. Well, that was yesterday's game. If he finds a gap, it's usually what happens because the outfielders are too close and he's really fast. Their outfielders are playing up closer so they can have a play at the plate on a base hit.
Fouled away. 0-2. Runners lead, 2 outs, the 0-2. Check swing. 1-2 on Torreyes. Gorgeous weather on this Sunday afternoon. 3rd game of this 4-game wraparound series. It doesn't end until tomorrow night. Yankees finally score a run on the home run by Didi, leading off the inning. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. But the Yankees had gone 3 games and 6 innings without a run till this. A home run by Didi Gregorius, his 19th of the year, and it ties the game at 1. All right, thanks a lot, guys. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The GMC scoreboard shows you a 1-1 game. Troy Tulowitzki leads off. And he swings at the first pitch and dunks it into right center. A base hit off of Warren. So Tulowitzki with a leadoff single. We go right back to Bob Lorenz for an update. Thank you, Bob. So Tulowitzki leads off with a single. That'll bring up Michael Saunders. Saunders 0 for 2. And he shows bunt and pulls the bat back. 1-0.
Has only had one sacrifice bunt this year. That's the Blue Jays just 22 on the season.
2-0.
You don't think of the Blue Jays as a bunting type team.
There's a strike, 2-1.
But they've got 3 more sacrifice bunts than the Yankees have.
A view from above of Rogers Center. The roof is open. The place is jammed. It's a 1-1 game. Saunders swings and misses. 2-2. And the pitch fouled away.
When Adam Warren first came to the big leagues, he was a starting pitcher. And he still maintains about 4 quality pitches.
That one's punched the other way, a base hit for Saunders. Tulowitzki will stop at second. Successive singles to open up the 7th, first and second, and nobody out.
Yeah, Saunders has been struggling lately. He's been under 150 over his last 19 games, including today. But he got a pitch he could fight off. And with the lack of defenders on the left side, only one, that one gets through. And you got to feel now is the time the Blue Jays might think about the bunt with Pilar coming to the plate.
Long talk by Sanchez with Warren. So the Yankees in at the corners. They're expecting Pilar to bunt. Pilar is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Shows bunt. They throw to second, but diving back is Tulowitzki. Ball 1.
You know, sometimes when a hitter bunts through a bunt, he goes to bunt at it and misses. The runners, his Clipper, Tyler Clipper is warming up. The runner at second thinks the bunt is going to get down. He wants to get a good jump, and he ventures off too far at second. You're in danger of being picked off.
Bunted. Back to Warren. The sacrifice is 1-4. Runners move up.
The Yankees actually had the wheel play on there. Gregorius was going to cover third base. with Headley charging, but the bunt was almost directly back to the mound. Headley couldn't get it. And the job is done by Pilar. You can see Headley's going to charge. Here he comes. Here comes Didi for third base. But the bunt goes back to Adam Warren. And there's only one play, and that's the first base.
So Larry Rothschild takes a trip out to the mound. As the Blue Jays are threatening second and third, one man out, and Ezekiel Carrera due up. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees.
Be interesting to see how the Yankees play. They're going to bring the infield in. You got Travis on deck. He's been the second best hitter in the league since the All-Star break, hitting with runners in scoring position. So they're going to try and get Carrera out.
Missed outside. Carrera's 0 for 2 today. And he mentioned the Yankees have the infield in. Tulowitzki's at third. Saunders is at second. It's a 1-1 game, bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, this is a tough situation, to say the least.
There's a strike. Clips the outside corner. 1-1. And the pitch. Strike 2, 1-2. A strikeout would be just what you need.
Yes, that would be the optimum.
Blue Jays with 5 hits, the Yankees with 4. The Blue Jays have left 4 runners on, the Yankees 5. 1-1 game, bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss, he got him. So 2 away as the runners stay put. And that brings up Devin Travis.
He went off speed to pick up the strikeout. Looked like a change up in the dirt. And Carrera chased it. Let's take a look. That curveball in the dirt. Something downstairs. Good block by Sanchez. And you notice he checked the runner at third first before throwing to first base to complete the putout.
All the way. And the 0-1. 0-2. A fastball, and Warren ahead in the count.
It's almost as if Travis is looking for something else and thought that might have been a slider that was going to break off the plate. Said it holds its line and catches the corner. Fastball.
And Sanchez wants to talk this over.
There's the slider that breaks off the plate.
The 1-2. 2-2.
And Adam Warren out of the University of North Carolina against Devin Travis out of Florida State University.
And Marcus Stroman watching from the dugout from Duke.
Yeah, an ACC battle here.
Foul back.
Both of them in-state products. Adam Warren, born in North Carolina. Devin Travis, born in West Palm Beach, Florida. There's Stroman from New York, but he ventured south to Duke.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. AC, see you later, as Devin Travis down on strikes, and Warren works out of a jam. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left. We go to the 8th, 1-1. Nissan dealer, each team with a run, each team with a home run. Bautista in the 4th, Gregorius in the 7th, breaking a string of 33 straight scoreless innings for the Yankees. Pineda won 5 2/3 before Warren took over. Marco Estrada, 7 innings. And now, a new pitcher, Joaquin Benoit, takes over for Estrada.
Veteran right-hander, veteran reliever. Seattle and Toronto, this will be his 51st game of the year. Hit just 209 against him.
Top of the Yankee order, Gardner, Ellsbury, and Sanchez. Pitch is high. Hyundai scoreboard 1-1. Starting the 8th. Strike. Dellin Betances up for the Yankees. Would they bring in Betances, who pitched 2 innings? Remember, Clippard pitched yesterday. Betances has not pitched since the Tampa series.
Yeah, I was going to say he's well rested.
3-1. Now they've used Warren. They need a starter for tomorrow. So would that preclude them from going to Severino? Three and 2 on Gardner. There's a base hit inside third, down the left field line. Carrera will field. Gardner's going for 2. The throw is high and not in time as Gardner leads off with a double.
There's a lot of runners or a lot of hitters who would have stopped at first, but Gardner, of course, with the speed, and Carrera got to this ball pretty quickly. But one of the problems is he's a left-handed thrower, and he has to turn completely around to make the throw. And the ball is up high, and Gardner's in with a double. A right-hander gets over and just can pivot and throw. Carrera had to turn completely. Here it is. Gardner showing off his speed. He gets in there standing up once he realizes the throw is offline.
Now, what do the Yankees do here, Kenny? Do they have Ellsbury bunt and move Gardner to third?
I think they would.
Now there's a possibility that they would pitch around Sanchez, but you'd still have Didi coming up with runners on base.
You know what? I don't see a left-hander warming up in the bullpen. Not yet, but Cecil had been throwing earlier, so it wouldn't take him too long to get ready.
The Blue Jays think he's going to bunt. Donaldson in at third.
Yeah, there's that little fake. Just to see if Ellsbury gives any indication of the bunt.
And he did not.
No, he did. Well, he's a veteran player. He knows better than that.
Not bunting.
Not bunting.
1-0. Joe Espada going through the signs. I guess Girardi's feeling is that Ellsbury should be able to pull the ball and maybe get a hit. But if he pulls the ball, that would move Gardner.
Well, either that or he just doesn't want to get away now.
Two and 0.
Usually when you have Gardner and Ellsbury, that's when you see the left-hander come in to begin with. And Cecil had warmed up last inning. We've seen this time and time during the course of the season. I think we saw it in the first game of the series. Cecil came in the 8th inning when Gardner led off, and he had a 1-2-3 inning.
Maybe the feeling, Kenny, is with the changeup from a righty, it's a weapon against the lefty. .3-0. Here's strike one. Sky the other way, going to be a long run for Carrera, and he makes the play. As Gardner will head back to second. So the runner stays put. Not only does he make an out, but he makes the out the other way, so the runner can't move.
Yeah, one thing pitchers like to do, and you see the pitch running away from Ellsbury, that kind of makes it hard for him to pull the ball. And Carrera runs it down in the corner. Gardner does what he should do. He goes about halfway. He's not going to be able to tag and make it to third, so he has to get back to second.
All right, Kenny, let's manage from the other side. Pete Walker, the pitching coach, comes out with first base open. Do they walk Sanchez and deal with Gregorius?
Yeah, well, they're going to tell him definitely to be careful with him. And if you do put him on, don't worry about it. And I'd be led to believe if they get behind like 2-0 or 3-1, they'll just go on and walk him anyway.
See, that was the message they gave to Brad Boxberger in St. Pete. Be careful, and then sometimes when you're careful, you mess up. And Sanchez hit it out.
He hung a slider, didn't he?
Yep. Oh, 0-1. The 0-1. 0-2 on Gary Sanchez.
He's going right after him. Veteran against a rookie.
And the 0-2. Now back here, still 0-2. See, he wanted it up. That's where he put it.
See if they can try and go up a little higher this time.
And the 0-2. 1-2. Sanchez has struck out, grounded to short, and grounded to second. Big moment in this game. Runner at second, one out. Top of the 8th inning, 1-1 game. Sanchez, 19 home runs and 38 runs batted in. Joe Biagini now up for the Blue Jays in their bullpen. And the 1-2. Foul back here. Got into the luxury suite just to our right. The left if you're looking for center field. And it's a really hard hit foul ball to get all the way up here. Travis checking Gardner back to second, keeping him close.
Well, Benoit certainly takes his time, doesn't he?
Sanchez finally stepped out. now he wants to talk with Russell Martin.
He just wanted him to give the signs again, and Martin went out there right away just to make sure that the.
There's Biagini. One, two, outside. 2-2. Veteran against rookie. And again, taking too much time, so Sanchez calls time. And the pitch. Right into the hands, foul back.
It's a good battle going on here. Good balance at the plate. Good swing. Not the solid contact, though. Always in on him just a bit. Bounced up there. Martin fakes a throw to second, causing Gardner to dive back. And the count is full of 3-2, so quite a battle here in the 8th inning. Good job by Martin just to come up with that. He's in the dirt. Splitter in the dirt. Came up in the about belt high.
And this is going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat.
Not an automatic fastball with the base open.
Three-two. Swing and a miss. He got it. Kenny, you're right. He didn't give him a fastball.
No, he didn't. With a base open, and you're thinking all along they're being careful with him. If they walk him, they're not. They're going to not be dismayed. Too anxious in this situation. One thing I've liked about Sanchez, he's pretty disciplined, but right here, that went out the window.
And he knew it. He knew it. He had expanded the zone and got himself out there. So the 9th pitch at bat goes to Benoit.
Slider to the dirt. He chased him.
And here's Didi. Swing and a miss. Gregorius' home run in the 7th got the Yankees off a 33-inning schneid. First run since Wednesday. This is Sunday. Let's see if he can give him the lead with Gardner at second. Gardner led off the inning with a double, but a fly ball by Ellsbury and a strikeout by Sanchez. It's 2 outs. Oh, 2. Let's take a look at that home run brought to you by New York Presbyterian, the official hospital of New York Yankees. Amazing things are happening here.
Yeah, leading off the 7th inning, a high fastball, and Michael Saunders gets the last look at it.
0-2. Back. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got it. And Gardner is stranded at second. No runs a hit. One man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 1-1.
Off of the Blue Jays in the series finale here in Toronto. Our coverage starts at 6 for the Audi batting practice today and the Chevy pregame. And we're back for the call right here on Yes, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. New pitcher in for the Yankees, Dellin Betances. We saw him warming up. So Joe Girardi goes to his big man here in the bottom of the 8th inning in a 1-1 ball game. Betances making his 71st appearance of the season. And you can see the 121 strikeouts. Very impressive.
Donaldson digs in and swings at the first pitch and misses. 98 miles an hour. Hyundai scoreboard 1-1. Bottom of the 8th.
I think one reason Betances is in here, he's well rested, and this is the big part of the Blue Jays lineup.
Donaldson's 1 for 3. One thing we've seen from Dellin in the last month, that control's not there. So he's falling behind in counts, getting himself into trouble. He's just going with pure heat, 101 miles an hour on that one.
That had something to do with the Canadian exchange rate?
Probably 125.
There it was. Is pretty darn quick.
Check swing and 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Missed up and away. A walk to Donaldson.
And he's a guy you have to throw strikes to because he rarely leaves the zone. Well over 100 walks this year. And Donaldson leads off with the base on balls.
Here's Encarnacion. He's 0 for. No, he's 1 for 3. Singled in the sixth inning. You see Betances staying away from that breaking ball. So it feels good about the heater with all the rest. And there goes Donaldson. Pitches high, throw to second. And Donaldson with the stolen base, and that is something that they will have to work on Betances with next spring because it's almost automatic.
The high leg kick, the good jump, and Donaldson is now 7 out of 8 this year in the stolen base department. Doesn't go all that often, but picks his spots well. It's just a matter of whether he holds on to the base or not. And he does as Torres keeps the tag on him. And Michael, this is nothing new. I mean, the stolen bases against Betances is league-wide knowledge.
Ground ball is short. The out is made at first. Donaldson advances to third.
Good recognition by Donaldson. The ball was hit kind of behind him, and he takes off for third base. Takes his lead, and he gambles. And because Gregorius has to go to his left, Donaldson can scoot over to third. It's going to force the Yankees to bring the infield in.
And the pitch to Bautista is outside. Bautista 1 for 1. He had the solo home run on the fourth. He's walked the other 2 times. Go ahead run is at third base. That's Donaldson. Swing and a miss. There's a breaking ball.
Might have been the first one this inning.
One and two.
He's sitting around 100, 101.
Betances trying to work quickly, and Bautista steps out.
Fastball pitcher against a fast swinging hitter.
1-2. Nice backhand there by Sanchez with the runner at third. And the 2-2. Did he go? No, he did not. Gary Sanchez has a word with Phil Cuzzy.
Yeah, we'll take another look. Now remember, in Boston, the pitch that Hanley Ramirez supposedly did not swing at. And it led to the home run on the next pitch. And Girardi thinks the Yankees had a swing and a miss there.
Up the middle, a base hit for Bautista. That'll score Donaldson. And Bautista's single gives the Toronto Blue Jays a 2-1 lead.
Second straight day that Bautista comes through with a hit in the 8th inning to give the Blue Jays a lead. He'd seen one breaking ball in this at bat. That wasn't a bad one. It was kind of up. And that's not his usual swing. He's just trying to put the ball in play. He does. And Donaldson, who led off the inning with a walk, and that leadoff walk comes back to haunt the Yankees.
And the thing that will hurt the Yankees with Betances pitching in close games is if he's going to walk a batter, it's essentially going to be a double. And that's exactly what happened. Donaldson turned a walk into a double because it's hard to get someone trying to steal with Betances' leg kick. And Girardi has said he's gotten quicker, but obviously it's not quick enough.
Well, also give Donaldson some credit for getting the third on the ground ball to short. There might have been some hesitation on other base runners.
Dalton Pompey is going to pinch run for Bautista.
Well, you know where he's going.
Absolutely, and that's why Betances stepped off. Fouled away. Swing and a miss.
Russell Martin is not afraid to swing at that first pitch. That was the second. It's 0-2. He's looking at faraway places there with that swing.
Outside. The stolen base by Donaldson makes opposing runners 20 for 20 off Betances.
And the thing about it, it's not all just the big time stolen base guys. That's
right.
Yeah, it's somebody like Donaldson who picks his spots. He's not really a stolen base guy, but he knows the advantage of being 90 feet further around the bases. And if you're going to kind of give it to him, he's going to take it.
Pompey leads off first. Now you notice Dellin steps off, but doesn't throw over. Because Dellin has also shown a propensity to throw the ball away when he throws to a base. So his form of holding the runner on is stepping off. Missed outside. Two. Breaking ball, strike three. Martin down looking. He's not in love with the call and talks with Phil Cuzzy.
Well, first of all, it was a pitch that he wasn't looking for. You watch by his reaction to the play. He's going to duck out of the way thinking it's a fastball up and in. That pitch might have been a little high, but Sanchez does a good job. Martin should appreciate that. Sanchez does a good job of framing it and gets the call strike.
And again, a step off by Betances. Now, having covered the Yankees when Billy Martin was the manager, what Billy would have a runner do now is just take off and make Betances step off and throw the ball to a base. And again, a step off, but not a throw.
Yeah, Pompey's ready to go. He was trying to measure the delivery right there.
This is going to be very frustrating for Betances. And that's what they're going to make him do. They're going to make him throw, and he does. Flip it to Teixeira, and Pompey makes it the second because the flip was so soft, and then Teixeira couldn't get a hold of it, and Pompey takes the bag.
So Pompey's going to steal the base, kind of in a roundabout way. Betances' problem here was he threw it to the wrong guy. He should have run straight at the runner, make the runner commit, and cut down the angle. See, he's ready to get rid of the ball already. Run right at the runner.
Breaking ball is inside to Tulowitzki. There's a strike. And the pitch. 2-2. Osuna is ready in the bullpen. He will try to get the final 3 outs in the ninth. Toronto 2-1 over the Yanks. Runner at second, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. And Tulowitzki down on strikes. But a walk leads to a run. 1 man left. We go to the ninth inning. 2-1 Toronto. for the WB Mason postgame on Yes. Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and John Flaherty are back in the studio with highlights and analysis from today's contest, plus scores and highlights from around baseball. That's all coming up next, only on Yes. Dylan Betances looks a little dazed right now because they have found that one crack in his otherwise dominating arsenal. You can run on him, and he's been unable to throw the bases, so it's tough for a closer to have those things be a problem. Roberto Osuna, the Blue Jays closer. We'll start off with Mark Teixeira here in the 9th inning. 2-1 Toronto. And a strike.
Osuna's just 21 years old. And if I'm not mistaken, as Upton goes in defensively in left field.
And Carrera moves to right.
If I'm not mistaken, Osuna, the youngest pitcher ever to get to 50 saves. He got 55 in his career.
The 0-2.
So my point being, at such a young age, he can pile up a lot of saves in his career if he remains healthy and if he remains on a good team, so he can get opportunities.
Line drive, a base hit for Teixeira. So he leads off the 9th inning with a single. Yankees will probably pinch run for him. They do. They send out Rob Refsnyder, and pinch hitting for Eric Young, who would pinch run for McCann in the 7th, is Billy Butler. So Teixeira finishes his day 2 for 4. Osuna deals, and Butler jumps on it and fouls it away.
Very rarely do you see teams or organizations hand out a closing role to such a young pitcher. Usually, if anything, they have to work their way up as a setup guy.
Gets the fastball by Butler, and the count is 0-2.
But Osuna has proven to the Blue Jays, despite his young age at 21, that he's the man.
Refsnyder leads off first, held there by Encarnacion. And the 0-2. That one's looped into center field. It is a base hit. Refsnyder stumbles at second, and he'll stop right there. So the Yankees back-to-back singles to open the 9th. The tying run's now at second, and the go-ahead run is at first.
For a second there, it looked as though Refsnyder was going to make it to third base. But as Michael said, he stumbled somewhat. It looked like he might have missed the bag if he had kept going. Now right here, yep, he had a little stumble, and he has to hold on. Now Upton has a very strong arm, so that he might not have gone anyway.
Donovan Solano now pinch runs for Butler. Refsnyder is at second, Solano at first. Conference at the mound for the Blue Jays just broke up, and that'll bring up Chase Headley. Now, do you waste an out here and have Headley bunt the tying run to third and the go-ahead run to second?
Well, the Blue Jays are expecting him to bunt. We've seen Headley bunt very often this year.
Not bunting. Hits it up the middle, knocked down by Osuna, so that gets the job done anyway as the runners move up. One away.
You know what, if we look at this again, see where the infielders are, Yankees might have caught a break there. I don't know if that ball would have gotten into center field, and if it doesn't, one of the infielders might be able to get the ball at second, step on the second, throw to first for a double play. Maybe.
I was going to bring in Mason Williams, and the Blue Jays are forced to bring the infield in to cut off the tying run at third. Williams is 0 for 2 with a walk. Second and third, one man out, top of the ninth inning. Osuna deals. Outside, 1-0. And there's action in the Yankee bullpen. It's Tyler Clippard. Line drive foul. Left side. One and one on the rookie Mason Williams. 0 for 2 with a walk today. Now 1 and 2. Torreyes is on deck. And the pitch. Line drive, base hit. That'll tie the game. Will they send home? No, they will not. They hold Solano at third, and a base hit for Williams ties the game at 2.
Well, you said it earlier, Michael. Mason Williams has opened some eyes since getting called up, and he only got called up because Aaron Judge was injured. And he comes up with a big base hit here in the ninth inning to tie the score. Melvin Upton, strong arm in left field. Solano just got to third base when Upton picked the ball up. And the throw in is cut off.
Infield again in. Kind of halfway at second and short. Here's Torreyes. And he tried to safety squeeze and fouled it off. Now the safety squeeze, the batter gets the ball down, then the runner takes off.
Yeah, he decides whether he can make it or not. On the suicide squeeze, the runner's on the way. Here's another look at it. And you can see Solano at third was waiting for the ball to get down. This one actually ends up in foul territory as Martin comes up with it.
Quickly 0-2. So Solano is at third. Mason Williams is at first. The game is tied at 2. One man out in the top of the ninth as the Yankees have battled back. Big spot for Torreyes. The 0-2. Foul back. Osuna might have gotten away with the pitch there. Was up in the zone.
Yeah, it was towards the middle of the plate too. The only thing that got away with it because he throws pretty hard.
The 0-2. Punched the other way as Torreyes continues the battle.
The infield in, there's always that danger of the little dunker that falls just beyond their reach.
The 0-2. Fly ball. Right center. That should get a run in. Pilar makes the catch. Here comes Solano. He will score. It's a sac fly for Torreyes, and the Yankees have taken a 3-2 lead.
When the ball was hit, Pilar took a route that I didn't think it was hit all that well, but he retreated towards the gap in right center to make the catch, and Torreyes stays with it, gets enough wood on it. See, he comes in, now he goes back, tries to get in position to make the throw. Solano's going to score easily. Standing up, and the Yankees have the lead.
So the Blue Jays have to be a bit startled that Osuna has come in and blown this lead. And now the Yankees lead 3-2. as Gardner swings and misses. So Torreya's got the job done and picked up his 12th run batted in of the season. The 0-1 popped up. Donaldson is there, and that'll do it, but not before. The Yankees scored 2 runs on 3 hits and a big sac fly by Torreyes. We go to the bottom of the ninth, 3-2 Yankees. Today is provided by Goodyear, leading the way with tires that deliver superior performance in clutch situations. Goodyear, more driven. Well, the Yankees are going to ask Betances to close out what would be his own win, as the Yankees scored 2 big runs against Osuna to take a 3-2 lead. Tyler Austin takes over at first base. Everything else remains the same. So Upton, who came in for defense, there's Austin, will now lead off here in the 9th inning in Saunders' spot. Swing and a miss. Bottom third of the order against Betances. And the 0-1. 0-2. And the pitch, fouled away. So Betances dealing mostly fastballs today. And the big right-hander sets and deals. Guess it was a little bit high.
Facing a hitter in Upton who strikes out about 1/3 of the time since the All-Star break.
The 1-2. 2-2. We don't need to see a repeat of the 8th inning, and that's what would happen if Upton got on base. So he's got to go right at him and let him earn his way on. Two-two. 3-2 on Upton. Clippard continuing to throw. You would think that Betances would simply challenge Upton right here with a fastball. And he did, but it was way outside, so a leadoff walk for Upton. And that is going to do it, because Girardi cannot allow Betances to stay out there and let Upton automatically take second. So we'll step aside for just a moment as Clippard will come on to face Pilar with the tying run at first base and nobody out. Center. B.J. Upton was down in the count 0-2 against Betances, and he ended up walking. So Joe Girardi takes out Betances and will bring in Tyler Clippard to try to close this out. Clippard is no stranger to closing, and he is better at holding runners and a little quicker to the plate than Betances. So he'll give Sanchez a better chance against Upton. Bunted and bunted foul by Pilar.
Headley was a little closer than even with the bag at third, so the Yankees were kind of expecting this from Pilar. You can see his setup. Tyler Austin charging from first base. Stolen base is a possibility.
Bottom of the ninth inning, Yankees lead by 1. Upton leads off first. Another foul ball on a bunt attempt. 0-2.
This pitch might have been out of the strike zone. Yep, it was. That's a tough pitch to bunt. Lamar has one sacrifice bunt this year.
And we see it so many times that guys that aren't comfortable with bunting, they jab at the ball rather than try to catch the ball with the bat.
Well, first of all, it's easier to bunt the pitches that are down, not up.
The 0-2 upstairs. Clippard served up the 3-run home run yesterday in the 8th inning to Bautista. That won the game for the Blue Jays. Trying to make amends today. Close this game out. Yankees lead 3-2. Third game of the 4-game set. .299 career stolen bases for Melvin Upton.
Started way back in his days with the Rays.
One, two. Fouled away. Runner goes. Foul back.
And he got a good jump. And now he just finds out the ball was fouled off. Now you're taught to take a look to see what happens at home plate. Just a quick glance. He didn't do it. You know, what if there's a base hit and he could move to third base? He doesn't know where the ball is. Just taught that a long time ago in instructionally. Just a quick glance. See what happens at home plate.
One, two. A base hit to right field. Upton round second. He's going to third. The throw is not in time. First and third, and nobody out for the Blue Jays.
Well, the Blue Jay right-handed hitters have used that hole on the right side quite often in this series. And they let Pilar up in this neck of the woods. There's the hole. Now you got to hold the runner on. But he just kind of inside out of that one and slapped it through the hole. Upton with very good speed. But he ran very smoothly to third. Takes a look and he decides, I'm going. Mason Williams with a decent throw, but Upton beats it easily. Wow. But once again, Michael, it's a leadoff walk that got things going.
That's tough for the Yankees now as they bring the infield in. Ezekiel Carrera is at the plate. Upton, the tying run, is at third. Pilar, the winning run, is at first. And Pilar takes off with the Yankees throw through. And it's a bunt. Here comes the runner. Upton scores. And the ball gets away from Sanchez. Pilar will go to third. Carrera will go to second. The game is tied at 3. So a safety squeeze. Carrera gets it down. And Upton scores the tying run.
Well, we mentioned this yesterday with Carrera. When you're the 4th or 5th outfielder, you got to be doing the little things, and one of them is be able to bunt. He gets it down. Upton's going to be able to score. The flip is by Sanchez, and that allows the winning run, Pilar, to move all the way over the third base. They wouldn't have gotten him. The play was to pick the ball up and throw the first base. To pick up and out.
Yeah, the flip was not necessary at all.
He
because there's no way you're getting him, and you make an awkward flip that gets by Sanchez.
Yeah.
And now, looks like the Blue Jays are going to pull this one out, but we'll see. Second and third, nobody out. Travis at the plate. Well, they bunt again. Infield is in. There's a strike.
Goes as an error.
A fielder's choice and an RBI.
Yeah, he should get a run batted in.
1-1.
Travis has been a hot hitter.
Well, they gave Carrera a single.
Oh.
And the E1 allows the runners to move up.
I don't see the single.
Infield is in. Clippard sets the 1-1. 1-2. Got a piece of Phil Cuzzy.
The reason why I don't see the single, because if he had tried to make a play at first base, he would have got him out. Here's the foul ball off of Phil Cuzzy's mask. And Gary Sanchez goes out to talk to Clippard. That's sort of just a courtesy for the umpire to recover from that jar.
Swing and a miss, and he gets Travis. So 1 away.
Travis anxious, trying to win the game, and leaves the strike zone.
Hi, Kenny, what do you do? First base is open. Do you walk Donaldson and deal with Encarnacion?
Yeah, they're going to walk him to set up the double play. Let me check Encarnacion here for a second. He is grounded into 21 double plays this year. And in order to get him to hit into one, he's going to have to hit the ball fairly hard, which he usually does, and right at one of your infielders. So Joe Girardi thinks this is the best chance. You don't want to deal with both of them. You only have to deal with one of them. You can pass Donaldson and go down to the Encarnacion.
And you feel pretty secure that Clippard could throw strikes.
Yeah.
Donaldson is just waiting for a pitch that's close enough to swing at.
He's not taking anything for granted.
Not at all. He is ready and taking a step forward every single one. Obviously can't leave the batter's box, but anyway, it's an intentional walk to load the bases and bring up Edwin Encarnacion. Now, if you get Encarnacion pop up and a run doesn't score, remember Bautista's not on deck. You had pinch run for him with Pompey. So the Yankees back up at short and second for the double play. They're in at first and third.
Headley has the opportunity to go either home if the ball's not hit hard, or if it's hit hard, he can go for two.
Ground ball, right side, and the Blue Jays will win the game. And a nightmarish road trip continues for the Yankees. A team that couldn't score for 3 games comes up with 2 runs in the 9th inning, and they can't hold it as the Blue Jays have taken the first 3 of this 4-game set, and the Yankees now have a 4-game losing streak. And once again, a ground ball to the right side when the Yankees have been shading up the middle, and most of the right side has been open this entire series. So Encarnacion wins it, and the Blue Jays take this one 4-3.
Here's another look. You can see Torres have to going way to his left, and by the time he leaves his feet, he has no play. Pilar scores. Encarnacion looked like he was trying to go that way the whole at bat, or just that one pitch, and gets the job done with an infield single.
That's his 125th run batted in, and the combination of Betances and Clippard can't do it, and the Blue Jays celebrate. Tough loss for the Yankees. This has been an awful, awful road trip, and it continues with this heartbreaker. We'll go back to the studio. Bob, Jack, and John will try to make sense of it all.